The Quran isn't just a collection of stories or laws, it's a divine revelation with endless layers of meaning. Every verse, every letter holds secrets and wisdom waiting to be explored by a sincere heart. Its clear guidance shapes our lives, leading every step and decision. But beneath its surface lies a profound depth, waiting to be explored by those who seek the truth. There's astonishing linguistic beauty, historical context that enriches understanding, and philosophical truths that make us think deeper. Each layer adds a new dimension to the experience of reading the Quran. Imagine the Quran like a beautiful tapestry. From far away, it looks beautiful as a whole. Up close, the intricate threads and patterns form an extraordinary beauty, full of hidden meanings. On one level, it calms and guides the soul. On another, it reveals unparalleled literary brilliance and structure, amazing scholars throughout history. Some scholars have even noted fascinating numerical patterns, hinting at a very orderly and wise divine arrangement, as if every number and verse order was set with a specific purpose. The main purpose of the Quran is guidance, but appreciating its complexity deepens our admiration for its creator and adds to our gratitude for the blessing of understanding his words. Discovering these layers reminds us this book is unlike any other. It is from Allah, the all-knowing, who knows all the secrets of human hearts. Today, we're going to explore one such observation, a verse that reveals the extraordinary arrangement of the Quran and how every detail carries deep meaning. We'll focus on Surah Al-Hijr, verse 87, a verse with numbers that have captured the interest of many and become a subject of study for scholars and lovers of the Quran. We'll examine that verse, the numbers it mentions, and its importance in the context of the Quran, and how it adds to the wonder of this holy book's arrangement. This is an exercise in tadabbur, deep reflection on the perfection of Allah's words, which opens doors to greater understanding and awe. Let's begin our journey into the divine order of the Quran, diving into the beauty and wonder that awaits on every page. Layers of meaning are waiting to be found, and each discovery brings us closer to our Creator. In Surah Al-Hijr, verse 87, Allah says, "And we have certainly given you, O Muhammad, 7 of the often repeated verses and the Grand Quran." Scholars agree that the 7 often repeated verses refer to Surah Al-Fatihah, which is recited in every prayer. Al-Fatihah is called Kitab, the mother of the book, summarizing the Quran's message, praise, power, and guidance. The verse also mentions the Grand Quran, highlighting both the special status of Al-Fatihah and the entire revelation. By mentioning both, Allah elevates their importance. It's like giving a precious gem and the whole treasure. This verse connects the number 7 to a pillar of worship, setting the stage to explore the Quran's numerical patterns. It's a verse about the Quran inside the Quran, pointing to its own essence. The number 7 comes up again and again in the Quran and Hadith, showing how perfect and ordered God's plan is. God made 7 heavens, as mentioned in chapter 65, verse 12. The Hajj rituals, walking around the Kaaba and going between Safa and Marwa, are done in sets of 7. The Prophet talked about 7 groups of people who will be shaded on Judgment Day, 7 big sins that destroy you, and the Quran being revealed in 7 dialects. This repetition shows that 7 is a sign of how perfect God's design is. When we see 7 in chapter 15, verse 87, it's part of a bigger divine pattern. It's a sign of careful creation and revelation. The number makes us think about God's wisdom and precision. Now let's look at an interesting number connection in Surah 15, verse 87. In the Quran, every surah and verse has its own place, and sometimes there are hidden math patterns inside them, waiting to be found by those who want to think deeper. The surah number is 15, the verse number is 87, and the main number mentioned in the verse is 7. These 3 numbers make up an interesting set of information to study. Here's what we see. 15 plus 87 equals 102. This is a simple result, but it opens the door to a deeper look. But if you multiply 15 by 7, you get 105, just 3 numbers higher than the sum we just found. This small difference makes us curious, as if there's a hidden meaning behind these numbers. This creates a unique equation. The surah number plus the verse number is almost the same as the surah number multiplied by the number mentioned in the verse. This math connection is rare and adds a layer of uniqueness to the Quran structure. Connections like this are subtle and not obvious, but they invite us to think more about the order of these holy verses. Even though faith isn't built only on calculations, these patterns can create wonder and deep thought. They invite us to see the Quran not just as a text, but also as a work full of mystery and beauty. It suggests a hidden order in the Quran's structure, as if every verse and number has been carefully chosen. The main miracle of the Quran is its timeless message, but these number observations are a secondary layer of beauty that adds to our wonder for this book. It makes us ask, is this just a coincidence, or is it actually a sign of intentional divine authorship? The Quran says, "And everything we have counted in a clear record," 36:12. This verse reminds us that nothing escapes Allah's knowledge and calculation. Even in numbers, there are signs for those who reflect, and every pattern found becomes a door to understanding the Quran's greatness more deeply. Some people go even deeper, looking at where this verse is in the Quran. It's like they're searching for a hidden meaning in how the verses and pages are laid out. In the Medina Quran, Surah Al-Hijr, verse 87, shows up on page 266. This is a coincidence that many find interesting. If you add the surah number and the verse number, which are 15 and 87, you get 102. This number seems simple, but makes you wonder. If we then add 99, which is the total number of verses in that surah, the result becomes 201. It's like there's a hidden pattern. If we include the 7 verses of Al-Fatihah, the total goes up to 208, adding another layer to these calculations. But these calculations don't directly match the page number. This shows that there are limits to this kind of analysis, and we need to be careful when drawing conclusions. It's important not to force patterns or treat them as strict rules, because the Quran is our main guide, not just a math puzzle. Exploring numbers like this is a modern thing, and we should approach it with a healthy dose of doubt so we don't get carried away with too much guessing. The real value is in the thoughtful mind and openness it encourages, pushing us to keep thinking and looking for wisdom. God's creation is precise, and his revelation might have subtle signs of that same order. It reminds us of his greatness and the beauty of his knowledge, which our human minds can't fully grasp. Synopsis. This theoretical framework aims to analyze numerical patterns in the Quran, specifically focusing on Surah 15, Ayah 87. Through this analysis, we hope to uncover the divine order and perfection reflected in the Quran's structure and content. Numerical patterns and their mathematical relationships are considered deliberate manifestations of divine order and perfection, not mere coincidences. This framework also explores the connection of these numbers to the concept of perfection in Islamic tradition, as well as to the 99 beautiful names of Allah, Asma al-Husna. We hope this framework helps readers better understand and appreciate the grandeur of the Quran as a source of wisdom and guidance for humanity. Prologue. The Quran, as a holy book considered the word of Allah, has been a source of wisdom and guidance for Muslims throughout history. Beyond its literal meaning, the Quran is also believed to contain deeper layers of meaning, often revealed through intricate numerical patterns. This theoretical framework aims to analyze and explain the existence of numerical patterns in the Quran, with a special focus on Surah 15, Ayah 87. Through this study, we hope to uncover the divine order and perfection reflected in the Quran's structure and content. Chapter 0. Introduction, Premise and Main Goal. The Quran is recognized as a profound source of wisdom and contains hidden layers of meaning, often revealed through intricate numerical patterns. This framework uses Surah 15, Ayah 87, as a case study to demonstrate this general principle. The main goal is to analyze these patterns and their mathematical relationships to show divine order and perfection. Background. Surah 15, Ayah 87. Surah 15, known as Al-Hijr, contains Ayah 87, which states, Quran 15, 87 walakad atainaka sab'an min al-mathani wal Quran al-lazima. And we have certainly given you 7 of the often repeated verses in the Grand Quran. This verse is important in the theory because it directly mentions the number 7 in the context of often repeated verses, mathani, and the Grand Quran, Quran al-Adim, establishing a fundamental connection between numbers and the structure of the Quran. Hadith and evidence. To enhance this analysis, we can refer to several hadith that discuss the importance of numbers in the context of the Quran. For example, there are hadith that mention the virtues of certain numbers in the Quran. which can support the theory that these numbers are not coincidental but have deeper meanings. Theoretical analysis, numerical patterns and relationships. Direct numerical patterns from the verse, surah and ayah number. This verse is located in Surah 15, Ayah 87. Word count. This verse contains 7 words, reinforcing the importance of the number mentioned in the verse. Keyword sabayan. The word sabayan, 7, in this verse refers to 7 often repeated verses, mathani, indicating that the number 7 has special significance in this context. Page number analysis. In a specific edition of the Quran, Surah 15, Ayah 87 appears on pages 262 to 267. The sum of the page numbers is 1587, 262 plus 263 plus 264 plus 265 plus 266 plus 267 equals 1587. This sum is presented as a significant numerical pattern, relationships and mathematical operations combination, combining the surah number, 15, the ayah number, 87, and the word position, obtained, 6, gives 15876. Factorization, the number can be further analyzed. 15,876 equals 126 times 126, and 126 equals 9 times 14. Repeating pattern. This theory also shows a repeating pattern involving the number 9, such as 9 times 9 equals 81, and this sequence is shown repeatedly. Connection to Asma al-Husna. This analysis is extended to connect numerical patterns with the 99 beautiful names of Allah, Asma al-Husna. Examples include 99 equals 9 times 11 and 99 times 99 equals 9,801, suggesting a widespread numerical harmony. Matani calculation. Further calculations link the number 7 with large numbers. For example, 7 times 142,857 equals 999,999 and 7 as 10587. CD7, theoretical importance, symbol of perfection and divine order. The number 7 is associated with perfection, completeness, and divine order in Islamic tradition. This is exemplified by concepts such as the 7 heavens, 7 earths, and 7 days of creation. This theory assumes that the structure and content of the Quran have this symbolic significance. Mathani, often repeated verses. Sabayan, 7, in Ayah 87 refers to 7 often repeated verses, Mathani. These verses are considered among the first revealed to Prophet Muhammad and hold great spiritual importance. The numerical patterns found around this verse are considered to carry this spiritual weight. Quran al-Adim, the Grand Quran, the phrase Quran al-Azima, Quran al-Adim, in this verse emphasizes the overall grandeur and importance of the Quran. These numerical patterns are extended to reinforce this idea, suggesting that the wisdom and guidance of the Quran are not only evident in its literal meaning, but also in its intricate numerical structure and design. Epilogue. In summary, this theoretical framework generalizes that the presence and analysis of intricate numerical patterns in the Quran, illustrated by Surah 15, Ayah 87, are not coincidental but are deliberate manifestations of divine order and perfection. These patterns offer a deeper understanding of the wisdom, structure, and importance of the Quran, encouraging a greater appreciation for divine guidance. They provide a unique lens through which to explore the profound wisdom and hidden meanings contained within the sacred text. We hope this theoretical framework provides more valuable insights for readers and researchers. This verse talks about al-Fatihah and the whole Quran, showing how the parts connect to the whole. Al-Fatihah sums up the main ideas of the Quran: praise, power, worship, and guidance. The Quran is one complete book, all connected, not just a bunch of random verses. The number patterns, like 15 plus 87 equaling 15 times 7, subtly link the content of the verse to its place in the book. Every part fits perfectly into the whole, showing the Quran's full and complete design. This unity makes us question the idea of humans writing it, given how complex the Quran's structure is, revealed over 23 years. Its smooth unity points to one single, all-knowing source, God. The Quran's design is a sign of its divine origin. The 99 beautiful names of Allah, Asma al-Husna, show us how perfect He is. Al-Muhsi, the reckoner, is really important here. He knows the number of everything. The number patterns in the Quran reflect this quality. Surah Al-Hijr has 99 verses, matching the number of Allah's beautiful names. The Prophet said, Allah has 99 names. Whoever counts them will enter paradise. The connection between the chapter's structure and Allah's names makes us think deeper. The numbers in the Quran are like clues guiding us to the Creator's perfection. It reminds us that both the universe and the Holy Book come from a source of perfect wisdom. The Quran and Sunnah point us to the signs of Allah in the universe. The seven heavens, described in the Quran and Hadith, show us cosmic order and divine structure. The Prophet's night journey through the seven heavens shows a perfectly ordered creation. This order in the universe is like the order in the Revelation. If Allah ordered the universe with such precision, why not His final word? The patterns in the Quran, like in 1587, show the same divine sign. Creation and revelation are both signs that point to a perfect designer. The unity of order in both realms proves the oneness of Allah. Exploring the numbers in Surah Al-Hijr, verse 87, brings us back to the perfection of Allah. The numbers 7, 15, 87, 99, they're not the goal, but rather signs for us to think about. The mathematical connections are a subtle wonder, hinting at a divine design. The depth of the Quran is endless, its wonders timeless. Numeric patterns are like moss art, beautiful, but not the main point. Let these signs inspire a deeper sense of awe and a more profound engagement with the Quran. The universe and the Quran both whisper about Allah's perfect order. All of it is a reminder of the all-knowing, all-wise Creator who arranged everything with perfect measure.